Okay, so it doesn't want to idle. So there's two things that could be causing it. Number one, the idle air control thing, which I've already, checked that, and that is going to get replaced. The other thing is the fuel rail, which is under this. So that is what I'm going to be doing, is taking that off. And, well, it's going to be interesting. Just a lot of 10mm bolts that are apparently at angles. And there's a couple non-10mm ones back there. Okay. So we've got the 10mm, and I'm betting probably 12s. Nope, 13s. Bit surprised, not gonna lie. Yep, 13mm. Okay, so we've got the... Oh, wait. What's that hose hooked up to? Is that the brake booster? How did... Okay, whatever. Okay, so... Yeah. Focus. There we go. Yeah, 3.1. It's fuel injected, which I'm glad about. But got a lot of bolts to take off, and there's no way for me to actually hold this phone up. So, yeah, I'll be back when it's taken off. Okay, so it was actually pretty easy to take that part up. The problem is that mass of everything is where the injectors are. And apparently camel crickets. Hey there, buddy. So yeah, those are the injectors. I definitely need to clean out this thing. So, that's what I'm gonna do. Yay! This ought to be interesting. Okay, yeah, gonna have to do that. Gonna have to disconnect all this stuff that leads to other stuff. Or at least disconnect enough for me to, flip this thing over. And what is holding it up? Let's see here. I could probably find something to prop that up. I should be able to. Because if I remember right, these injectors are only held in finger tight. I just hope I don't have to take off the whole fuel rail, which I might, now that I think about it. Yeah, boy. Those are the air intake ports. So yeah, I'll have to figure out a way to get those fuel injectors out. But I found where they are, so I can take them out and clean them. Also, very, very, very good piece of advice. Whenever you're working on any sort of thing that has a lot of nuts and bolts and junk, make sure you keep them all in one place. Because if you don't, and you lose them, you will hate your life. Ask me how I know. Okay, so I'm back the next day. That's the air compressor going in the background. I already took off the fuel rails and took out the injectors, cleaned the injectors because they really needed it. And so right now, I'm waiting on the air compressor to go up because that is all junk that really needs to go. So, that's basically all I'm doing, is waiting on that to get in so I can just blow this junk out of the way. 'Cause God help me if any of that big stuff gets into the system. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Okay, what I'm gonna attempt to do today is take off these brake calipers and rebuild them.
Which is going to be interesting because they are completely seized. But hey, we'll give it a shot.
On the bright side, it's actually a pretty simple process to do. The only hard part is going to be getting the caliper, well, the piston out of the caliper. Of course, I could just be very, very hopeful and say, hey, who knows? Maybe if I go and unstick the the piston in the caliper, then it might free up and I won't have to rebuild it. But I honestly think that's just wishful thinking, because I don't really have any luck with stuff like that. But hey, it could always be worse. I know me. I'm gonna need the locking calipers, the locking, whatchamacallums, locking pliers, vice grips, that's what I was thinking of. Probably gonna need those, because I'm gonna need to seal off the hose. Alright. Got my vice grips. So, let's just hang on. Chill it down there for a minute. And that'll work. Right, so the first step is obviously going to be undoing the bolts that hold it. Wait. No. No, you've got to be kidding me. Oh, please let me be wrong on this. Those are not bolts holding the caliper on. There are bolts, but they're screwdriver bit things. No, wait. Yeah, what are these things? Okay, so found out what they were. They're Allen keys. Don't know why you would use those to hold on a brake caliper, but hey, I guess that's just the way they wanted to do it. Which is going to be a pain in my butt because this thing has been sitting for God knows how long. Which means I'm going to have to clean it out. Which, to be honest, shouldn't be all that hard, just annoying. Alright. Come on, buddy. You're going to have to pop free on this. There's no negotiating. Wait, does this hold the whole bracket on? And what is this? Okay, so I don't even have the 1/2-inch extension out here because I didn't think I'd need it. Because there's not... People don't usually use things that you need a 1/2-inch drive for on a car. Trucks, maybe. Cars? Not really, no. But hey, it's whatever. Right side, I usually keep my stuff where I can find it, but apparently that has also changed. That's 1/4. No, that's 3/4. There you are. 1/2-inch drive monster of it. There we go. Right. So now that I've got the extension, should be able to go ahead and just pop this thing out. Still though, that is so weird. Still don't understand why they would do it that way. But hey, I'm no designer. I just work on things. And that's too much. Okay, looks like I'm taking the brake thing off. Whatever. Probably 12 millimeter? 12. Nope. 11? No way. I forget this car's full of weird stuff. Not many people use 11 millimeter for anything. I'm probably gonna have to tighten that clamp down a bit. Hey, buddy, pal, I need you to stop dripping. There we go. Very, very slight drip. I can deal with that one. Kind of. I'll do the top one, because it wasn't actually doing anything. And then, at this point, I can just use the regular there is no way that's... Oh boy. This thing is jammed in there. Can't really be surprised. Okay. There we go. I did figure an easy way to get the piston out, though. Problem is, it's gonna be messy. This is probably one of the dumbest things I've done in a long time. I hope this works. Plan's actually working. Holy cow. Okay, so I'm just trying to unstick the... What I'm trying to do is unstick that, which is going to be interesting. So I'm just going to turn the camera off at this point and try what I can. This will be good. Okay, so good news. I got the brakes fixed. They're still grinding a little bit because there's rust and stuff on the calipers, but they are not seized, which is the important thing. The problem is, now, that... Come on, focus, focus, focus. Why is it not focusing? Okay, thank you. See those little blotches right there? Those are melted lead. Turns out this is not the right piece. So I've got that coming in the mail. This is what it's supposed to look like. But that right there is not what it's supposed to look like. Which explains why it wasn't starting. Again. But we've got the fuel injectors cleaned out. We've got this part in the mail, the idle air control valve. We've got the thing in the mail right here for this. Everything else should be okay. I don't know what I'm going to do about a battery bracket, because that's kind of crusty. But hey, progress is being made, slowly but surely. I'm also going to have to use some hood pins, because, well, the, how do I put this? The hood don't want to shut anymore. Like, it'll go down just fine. Matter of fact, it really likes to go down. The problem is that it will not latch. So, no matter how much I push down like this, it will not latch. So I'm going to have to use hood pins on this thing, which is going to look tacky. It's going to look so tacky, but I don't really have a choice in the matter. Because if the hood doesn't latch, I can't drive this thing safely. So yeah. Oh, and I'm going to need to fix that. Because this thing, the cover, it just kind of falls off now. So I'm going to need to use some resin for that. Yay, 90s car. 90s Econobox. But hey, progress is being made.